Time for more. Let's bring in CTV News royal commentator Richard Berthelsen. Hi, Richard.
Good morning, Bev.
So I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I guess particularly the timing, because really it started probably before the wedding, but everybody was wondering when this might happen. So today it was confirmed.
Yeah, it was. I think there was a lot of speculation about some of the clothes that the Duchess had been wearing in the last few weeks, not least of which was at the royal wedding on Friday. There was a lot of rampant speculation that that coat seemed to be cut very wide for her. So, you know, obviously she is well enough along in a pregnancy that she can announce it. So it is going to be noticeable on a 16-day tour. I understand that actually they're going to have to take a look at a couple of the events on the Fijian portion that may have put her into a rainforest that may be a little bit more risky now because of the Zika. But I think everyone had been expecting a pregnancy announcement this fall. I had thought it might come after the royal tour, but obviously things have moved along rather quickly.
Okay, so tell us where this will be, where this baby will fall in terms of the line of succession.
Well, the baby will fall, regardless of gender, seventh in line. That is right after Prince Harry. she or he will be displacing Uncle Andrew, the Duke of York, who presided over the wedding on Friday. So it's someone, being born in the line of succession, not likely ever to succeed to the throne. And of course, one of the big issues is going to be how we're going to call this baby, because at the moment they will not be entitled to the title of prince or princess. They would take one of Prince Harry's lesser titles during his lifetime.
And so tell us about the baby speculation, the name of the baby speculation.
Well, it's unbelievable. We're just here a few hours and there's already names about speculation. I think that they're going to have a fair degree of latitude in the name of the child because the child sits relatively far down in line of succession. And of course, this child will move down much, much further when George, Charlotte, and Louis have children 20, 30 years from now. So this child, I think they'll choose a name that they really like. It may not be a name that we have seen within the Windsor family, or they may choose to do that. I mean, obviously, everyone wants to honor their grandparents, that is Elizabeth and Philip right now. And so there may be a move to do that with one of these names. We've seen those names appear in other of the royal children's names. And of course, Diana's always a favorite, unlikely to be a first name, I think, in that particular case. So it's going to be really interesting. I think that we may see a very, very different kind of name. And certainly in other European royal families, we're starting to see much different names now appear within the families as times change.
And would they be, if the child isn't going to be a prince or a princess necessarily, then again, would they be permitted to have just a private life and not necessarily do any royal duties?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the point here is during the Queen's lifetime, they would not be a prince or princess. When Harry becomes the son of a sovereign, that is when Prince Charles succeeds to the throne, they could be upgraded. I think what's going to happen is the same as what's happened with Prince Edward's children. They are entitled to be princes or princesses, but it was made clear from the beginning they would not. And I think Harry is going to feel that maybe his children shouldn't have to be part of the royal family. So they will lead relatively normal lives, and I think that will be his and Meghan's wish. But again, we'll see what happens because there's a number of different decision points, and the Queen could make her wish known before the child is born as to whether or not they have a royal title right now. I think that's unlikely given, Harry's always a bit of a reluctant royal, and I think he's going to look at his children and say, maybe they should just have a private life.
Interesting. Well, still great news for them. And Richard, thank you for this.
Pleasure, Bev.